I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you. Today we're going to use our card base to make a 3D tag. So what I'm going to do, we've got a choice of whether we could make the tag with the tag topper punch, or there is a lovely tag in the die set that goes with Wishes and Wonders. It's rather pretty, so I think I'm going to use the tag today. So we're just going to measure the actual width of this, and it's just over 2, so I think 2 1/4. I'll just do 2 1/4. So what I'm going to do is take 2 1/4 there, so we'll do 2 1/4, and we'll leave this for the next project. And we're going to cut down the score line, and I'm just going to turn it over because I am not doing it in very good light. I'm struggling to see where that is. Okay, so we're going to run both of these through the die cutting machine. I've got my Mini on the way, but it's not with me yet, so I'm going to use my old die cutting machine. I can't wait for the new one to be in my hands. I've been waiting ever since June. What have I done with that? There we go, it's sliding. So first of all, we'll do one that's just on the beige one. So that just fits at 2 1/4. I'm not going to get any waste there. So I'm just going to make sure that that is going to stay put. I'm looking forward to the magnetic plates. I've never used one before, but I'm thoroughly looking forward to having those. I haven't ordered them this time because I'm not sure whether they are available for the Mini yet or not. But we've got the back of the tag. Look how beautiful that is, and that already automatically cuts out your hole. And then we're going to do the same with this. So I'm going to do it the other way. Oh sorry, I'm out of shot. I'm going to do it the other way. So just get that in the right place. Here's a bit of my tape to hold it in. Whoops, not holding it at all. So try again in a minute. That's it. And run that through my die cutting machine. Hopefully that didn't move. No, we're fine. And again, you've got that beautiful edge. Now we're going to make it a window. So we need to use another die to fit in here. So I haven't checked these out as I've not had time today, so we're doing this all on the hoof. So I'm going to look at different dies that might fit. So we don't want, oh yes, stitch so sweetly. Let's have a look at the dies in this set, whether there'd be one that would be perfect for the window. Oh yes, look at that, perfect. So I'm now going to use that one, so that'll be fine. So we're just going to run this through. I'm going to put my trimmer out of the way. So I'm going to run this through here, so I want to make sure that this doesn't move. So I'm just going to get a bit more of my washi tape. So I'll use a brand new piece and make sure it is even. So just tear a bit off, and I'm just going to line it up. So make sure that I've got that about there. I think that's about even. Yeah, I think so. So just stick that there and then pop it on there. Okay, and where's my top piece now? I'm losing everything. There we go. So of course, don't chuck away everything scrap that we get. So we've got this little bit, so don't throw that away. And we will have the window cut out of here. So do not throw that away. So that one's going back in my box. And I will have another little one that I can use on another project. So there's the window out of there. And now I'm going to place that on one side. Just get rid of that. I need some of my acetate. Keep a little envelope with some in. Let's see, that's not big enough. So I'm perhaps going to, oh, there's 2 sheets there. Now that was 2 1/4, so I think I'm going to do that at just under, so I think I'll do it just under 1/16. I'm doing it under 2 1/4, so really that's 2 3/16. So I'm going to chop that 2 3/16. And this is where you can lose it if you're not careful, so be careful. And then let's see, that's, oh no, that's too big. Okay, measure that again. Oh, when it's cut out it only measures 2 inches, so we will want to do it 1 and save that, because when you're making the flowers in the pop-up boxes, then you can use that for those, so every little bit will not get wasted. And then the length of it, we can get away with 3 1/8. We'll try 3 1/8. So 3 1/8. Okay, and there's the spare bit, so I'm just going to pop that away. And now let's see if that fits on. Okay, that looks great. So now we need to fix that on. I'm just going to get my glue. So I'm going to put my glue around the edge of my window. So I'm just going to put it around the edge of the window like this. Okay, and then we'll place this on top. There we go. And I'm just going to pat this down there like that. Okay, just lower it slightly so it comes away from there. Right, now what we're going to do is do the bottom part. Now I'm going to use the inside of this and I'm going to stamp on it. So I'm going to use a stamp platform to do this, because I don't want this getting messed up. So I'm just going to pop that to one side, and I'm using the Warman Toasty. I love this reindeer, so I'm going to use the reindeer. Yes, so I'm hoping he fits. Let's have a look at him. Will he fit? Oh, perfect, he fits perfect. So I will take him off the back. I've got my rubber one on there, so I will put in my tag and just secure it with my magnet, and then make sure that I've got him in the centre. Just remove him down, put my other magnet at the top, and there we go. And I think, what colour shall I do him in? You want a browny colour, so let's have a look. Should we do him in we'll in the coffee. What's it called? Espresso. That's it. Where's my espresso? Early espresso. We'll do him in early espresso. So I don't want to do him in black, so I'm going to do him nearly espresso. That looks as though he is fully. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my chamois, and I'm just going to wipe his nose because I want to have his nose in the red. So I'm just wiping his nose like that. Not quite got it all. A bit difficult to do this. That's better, and I think might just have to do that there with the coffee. But I think, have I got a Stampin' Right marker now? Is there an espresso in that? What's that one called? No, Persian Craze. Right, but what I'm going to do is take the bright red Stampin' Right marker, just checking, yes, the real red, and I'm going to colour over his nose. So just make sure got his bright red nose. There we go. And let's stamp him down. I think there's a little bit I'm not happy with. Yes, so I'm going to do his nose again. Okay, so do his nose again, make it brighter red, and one last time to make it as bright as we can do. There we go. That's it. And that early espresso, I wonder if I can just get that just on the outside. This is a bit hard when you've got that. So what can I do? I want a little bit of a post-it note, don't I? So I'm going to get a post-it note, because what I want to do is I don't want to get the red, but I want to get that thin line there. So I'm just going to cover him with a post-it note. See if I can stamp that down. Yes, perfect. And then stamp him again. Perfect. Okay, happy with that. Now I am going to colour his bow in the bright red, but I have got the blends that is the dark poppy, so I'm just going to colour with my blends on to the bow. So iron shot, yeah. So I always colour with my big side. I like to just do this. I'm not bothered about putting any shading in. I'm just colouring with the dark red on his bow and the other side. There we go. And I like his red nose. For his anklers, I'm going to get the Daffodil Delight, and I think I'll do the dark. Is this one dark? Yes, it is. And for his anklers, I'm going to colour them in the gold as well, make them look gold. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so I like him like that. And just inside his ears, I'm going to do a little pink, which I'm going to do the lightest of the Cocoa Rose. So I'm just getting a light bit of his ears, just like that. in the Rococo Rose. Okay, and his hooves. Have a look if we've got any brownie. No, cushion craze. No, I don't like that. So let's have a look what other colours I've got. Let's have a look what it looked like in Stampin' Right marker that's cinnamon cider. So I'm just going to do his hooves in cinnamon cider. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I'm just doing his hooves in the cinnamon cider. So as I say, I always like to colour, but I don't press down. I'm not pressing down at all. I'm just doing very light strokes and hardly touching the surface at all. So don't forget, these don't spread. Your alcohol markers spread, but these don't spread. So I'm trying to keep my strokes all the same way. There we go. Oh, I missed a bit on his ribbon. I forgot to do the ribbon tails, so I'm just going to do the ribbon tails now. I really want a brown colour in my blends. I haven't got one. There we go. So he's looking rather lovely. And as I say, I haven't got anything to colour him in the Stampin' Up blends, but I've got another alcohol marker that I'm going to use. There. I normally do these ahead of time, but I thought that today you'd craft along with me. So we are a bit slower today, and I should have started at the top and worked my way down. Would have been a good idea. But I've started at the bottom. I just think he's fun, this reindeer. Really pleased with him. So it's a lovely set, the Warm and Toasty. I've used it quite a bit, particularly this reindeer, for my grandchildren's cards. So let's just go the wiggly line there. I'll just go down the side, give him a bit of shadow. Just down the side, like that. Okay, and then his face. So I'm going to turn him around to do his face, because I want to go round his ear. And then round his other ear. I don't know whether I'm in shot. I've had quite a busy day, so that I've not had a chance to film this morning, or even this afternoon. I'm filming really at tea time. And I've kept forgetting every time that I've stamped this, I've kept forgetting about his nose to do it in red, and kept thinking, why aren't you doing his nose in red? Because he's Rudolph. Well, you can have him as any deer really. Could be any of the ones. Dancer, Prancer. Any of them. Dasher. There we go. Happy with him now. Now I thought I'd put some snowflakes around him. So I noted that I've never used it before. And I'm hoping he doesn't mess up for me. But I noted that there is a snowflake one. So I'm going to get the snowflake one. And I haven't even put the backing on this because this is the very first time I've used it. So if you've never done the cling mounts, what you do is you look on the back and you'll see that there's divider lines. I'm just going to pop that back on there a minute, and you just break into these. Now some people do one side and then the other. I'm afraid I go for it. I peel it all off and then I stand above it, make sure that backing's off, and I try and get it so that I can see. It's hard with my camera in the way, but I think that's more or less it. And then just press down and peel off and it's there. So we just need to get a something to mount it on. There we go. And I think I'm going to do it with Seaside Spray. So hopefully that this is not... I'm just going to put this onto something to see how dark it is. Right. That's not bad. I think I'll go for it. So move that out of the way before I ink all that up. So just make sure I've got nothing around the edge. And I'm just going to tap on and then just gently down. Oh, I like that. Oh, loving that. Beautiful. So I'm just stamping all round him with snow. I'm going to get a little one in there. And we'll get one coming off the edge. Let's twist that like that. And I like that before. Oh, I'm coming off camera. So I like that very much. That's beautiful. So what we're going to do now is I've set my window one to one side and probably lost it. Where are you gone? I've just put everything on top. That's clever of me, isn't it? So I put it out of the way. It's down here. There we go. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put my strips on here. So these are foam adhesive strips. These are absolutely brilliant. I used some the other day. Can't remember what. Oh yes, when I made the card that had the slider one that I'd made for one of my grandsons. And so you just get a whole strip off, and I'm just going to put this in between. I don't want it to go higher than there, so just putting that in between there, and then I'm going to cut off with my scissors. I don't want that on the bottom too much, so I think that's about there, yeah. So I've got that first strip going down there. Then I'm going to put this strip absolutely up to it and then go along the bottom and then cut that. You don't want any gaps, so make sure you've got no gaps, and then put that one up. And going to cut this one off. Now I'm not going to try with that one. I'm going to pop that one back for another day and use this. You get 2 of them in here and they're going to last you an awful long time. They go quite a way. So I'm going to pop that one there and I want it right up against there. Put it in and then just pop that one back in its row. That'll do fine. Pop those out of the way. So I'm just pressing that down, and now I want to put that on there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of my sequins absolutely on top. Whoops, I think I might have gone overboard. I think I'm going to take a few out. Move them out of the way, let's see. Take a few more out. So compact them in the middle, and then I've got some stars, different colours, and I thought I'd put some of those in as well. And just move them all onto him. So I'm moving them all onto him. And then I'm going to peel off the back of all these. These come off really easily. So make sure you've got no gaps in your foam. And then I'm going to put this. So I'm making sure that I'm getting it level with the bottom. So hopefully if it's level with the bottom, it's going to be level all the way. And there we've got a beautiful shaker tag with a reindeer inside. I'm sure my grandchildren will have fun with that. So you can then I will put another piece of white on the back of here, just probably using the Stitch So Sweetly dies again to cover that up with a to and fro on, to and from, not to and fro. And the cord, where's my cord? Did I get my cord out? I don't believe that my table a moment ago was absolutely clear, and now I've just chucked everything everywhere and can't find a thing. So I think I've got it out somewhere. Oh, it's right in front of my eyes. If you could have yelled for me, you'd have been able to tell me it was there. So I'm going to do this double. See if we can get this through in one go. Put it together, let it go through. If not, my pokey tool might be a good idea to get it through. Yes. I'm going to use my pokey tool to poke it through the back. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, it's there. Oh. So just before I cut any of that off, in fact I don't need it quite as long as that, so I'm going to take a little bit of it back. Still a little bit more can take back. So look now, I'm happy with that length. Oh, I can take a little bit more back. I think that's about right. So I'm going to use my sharp scissors now to cut that. There we go. And then loop it. Oops, nearly pulled that back through. So I'm going to get those the same length. Put that back. So I could have done it even shorter, but I hope you like that today. I'm going to get a piece of white card to stick on there. Have I got anything in my... Oh, actually, let's have a look at that. Will it cover? So look whether that's too big. I could get away with that. So I'm going to put this through my die cutting machine because I'm going to get that edge at the bottom that's the same as that. So I'm going to put it in the middle. And there's one of my plates and there's the other. So how much did I need? So let's see. And take just a bit off it, I think. So I'm going to pop that back on there. Make sure you've got it straight. I'm looking for the mountains. So I'm going to line, I don't know whether you can see, I'm going to line the edge of that peak and the edge of that peak. I'm lining them up with the stitches. And then I'm going to hold that in place. So that should be held in place. And I'm then going to pop that through. Look at that, very nice. So the back of my tag, I will put that on, and that matches in with the back of my tag. So I will also do a to and from. Now the tag buffet has a to and from, so I'm just going to look for my tag buffet. So it has a fancy to and from. And there's my from, there's my to. And bring this back because I don't want to mess up this tag because I've done that exactly how I want it. So I'm just going to remove my deer, just put that on there, and I'm just going to position my tag, put my magnets on it to secure it, and there's the from going down there, and I'm going to put the to at the top. Okay, so my to will go up there, and my from can go a little higher. And I've got it on the rubber, so I'm just going to swap it around to take it to the have I disturbed those? Lift that up, make sure it's back in position, and I'm going to use real red to stamp up. This really needs re-inking, so I'll probably do it a few times. So there we go. One more time. Lovely. So that can go, and then we can glue this now. Oh, I don't want to put that down. Spin it round because I don't want to put that on my plate and dirty that. So I'll get some glue, pop it on the back. I think that's made it rather pretty, that. I really like it. And I'm using the bottom of the stitches as a guide as to where I'm putting my top bit. There we go. So is that even? Yep, that looks even. There. So I'm very pleased with that. So I might have gone a bit overboard with the shaker, but my grandkids will love shaking that. So that's the first time I've ever made a shaker, and I've definitely put way too many in there, but I do think that that is rather pretty and lovely for my grandsons. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like my alternative for the Joy to the World part 4 this is. I will be back with one last project tomorrow. So thank you very much for dropping by, and good night and goodbye. Thank you.